Hello friends, this video is brought to you by www.moateaching.com.
We study certain data and come to some conclusion from it. It is also possible to come to some conclusions by considering only certain representatives of the data. These measures of the data are called central tendency. Mean or the average, median, and mode comes under the measures of central tendency. Let us study them one by one. Let us start with mean or the average. Consider the following situation. Two students, John and Harry, received their test copies. The test had 5 questions, each carrying 10 marks, and their scores are given in the table. Upon getting the test copies, both of them found their average scores. John's average came out to be total 42 marks in 5 subjects or 5 questions, so 8.4. And average of Harry's score is 41 by 5, which is equal to 8.2. Since John's average score was more than Harry's score, he claimed that he has performed better. So we see how average can help for certain conclusions. Average calculated here is also called the mean. And now we define that the mean of a number of observations is the sum of the values of all observations divided by total number of observations. Like we have done here. We found the sum of all the marks obtained and divided by the number of observations, that is the number of questions. Also note that mean is denoted by X bar. From the calculations of the mean, John had declared that he has performed better than Harry, but Harry did not agree. He arranged both their scores in ascending order. John's mark in ascending order, Harry's marks in ascending order. Then he found out the middle score. For John, middle score is 8. For Harry, middle score is 10. On the basis of middle score, Harry said that since his middle score was 10, which is bigger than John's middle score of 8, so his performance should be rated better. The middle score that Harry used to show his performance was better is called median. But John was not convinced with Harry's argument. So, Harry tried another strategy. Looking at the data, he used the most often scored marks. Harry said that he has scored 10 marks 3 times, that is more often, while John has scored 8 marks 2 times, that is the most often score of John was 8, while Harry's most often scored marks were 10. And so, Harry convinced that his performance was better. The most often scored marks is called the mode. Let us read the question. 5 people were asked about the time in a week they spend in doing social work in their community. They said 10, 7, 13, 20 and 15 hours respectively. Find the mean time in a week devoted by them for social work. We know that mean is equal to the sum of all the observations divided by the number of observations, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, sum of these hours divided by 5. But in this class, we will find the mean in more organized manner. Let us denote ith observation by xi. That means the first observation is denoted by x1, which is 10. Second observation is denoted by x2, which is 7. Third is denoted by x3, which is 13 hours. Fourth is denoted by x4, which is 20 hours. And the fifth observation is denoted by x5, which is 15 hours. Now the mean x bar is equal to sum of all the observations, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 by total number of observations, those are 5 in number. Now substitute the values and get this expression. Let us calculate for the sum of all the observations is 65. Divide by 5, which is equal to 13 hours. So the mean time spent by these 5 people in doing social work is 13 hours. In the previous example, we had x bar, that is mean, equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 whole divided by 5. Since there were only 5 people whose hours spent were asked, so it was easy for us to write. But what about if we ask 30 people about the time spent in social work? Then we will have to write 30 observations x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 and so on till x30. So that can be done by using a symbol called summation, and it is written like this. It is also called sigma. Using this symbol, now we can write x bar equal to summation xi, I varying from 1 to 5. Why? Because I is taking value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole divided by 5. If we had 30 entries, we would have mean equal to summation xi where I varies from 1 to 30 whole divided by 30, that is number of entries. Basically, this summation sign is denoting that we are adding each observation. So in general, if we have n observations, then x bar equal to summation xi, I varying from 1 to n, whole divided by n, which actually means x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on plus xn whole divided by n.